So, Mr. Steve Bayless, thank you very much for taking some time out of your very busy day, especially
Uh,
nowadays.
Absolutely, Adam. Glad to help.
Well,
Glad to be here.
I'm excited to hear what you got to say. Sharing your experience. These are always a coin toss, could go either way. But if you don't mind starting off, letting everybody know who you are, what you do, I think that would be a great entry point.
Sure. So, my name is Steve Bayless, and I have a solar agency. And basically, what I do is we install all over the country. I live in Michigan currently, but we install all over the country except, well, I should say lower 48 and Puerto Rico. And so basically, I've been in solar for a while, and it's starting to, really make some inroads, and we're starting to see some returns.
Freaking awesome, man. Rock and roll. And I guess, we've been working together for a little bit of time now, but what would you say the company looked like before, you started working with ActFirst?
It looked like this. Yellow pad with lines. It's hard to see because it's in front of my face, but here's my yellow pad with lines. It looked like that. It looked like that with pen and paper. I had sticky notes everywhere. I was doing some spreadsheets. I had tried just about everything you can think of, and maybe a few things that most people haven't.
Like, like what? What haven't other people thought of, you think?
Well, like the paper and pen, the spreadsheets, I set up my own, so I got that done. I was going through the big yellow notepads. I was doing the little black and white ones. I got sticky notes all over my screen to try and remind me of things to ask people. We'll try to get their bills. All this other stuff that I was trying to do, and honestly, my desk kind of looked like a recycling area.
Well,
So
I actually wasn't that aware it had gotten that extreme, but
yeah, yeah,
I get
it
like when we started to working together, what kind of changed then from the pad to the paper? Like what kind of exceeded expectations, if anything at all?
when we first started, it was and I gotta say it was a learning cliff. I would say a learning curve, but it was uphill. It was a learning cliff. But everybody that was on the team was very, very good at telling me how to do this and walking me through and giving me my expectations and telling me up front, hey, this time we're going to talk about this, and we're going to set up, your phone numbers, and we're going to set up your emails, and we're going to set up your billing. And then, that built on. And after a few meetings with you and your team, I started to get the big picture. I was so focused on the little picture and what I was doing every time we met, that it was kind of hard to see the big picture. So I saw the little picture, and there are a few times of meeting with you and your team, all of a sudden it started to make sense. And I started to see what was happening, and what I call it is an aha moment.
Aha.
I start to understand how all this is supposed to mesh together, because when you're only seeing little pieces of it, it doesn't look like it'll ever fit together. It's like seeing you got a 10,000 piece jigsaw puzzle, and I give you four pieces. You're not going to figure it out. So after meeting with you guys, it started to make sense. And I got to tell you, I'm not using nearly as much paper. Although I'm my thinning up here, I haven't been pulling my hair out. So, I've seen a big improvement in the turnaround. I've seen a big improvement on being able to reach clients, reach customers, reach potential customers. And here's the big thing. It was easy.
Oh, that's great to hear, Steve. And I mean, I guess, for those that may be watching this, you started off with phase one and two. So that's the
Hmm.
technology and then your own exclusive advertisements.
Yep.
Instead of paper, now you're all digital. And
Yep.
then like what was going, how are you generating leads in the past? What did that look like? And actually, did you ever try to do your own advertisements or
Oh yeah. So it was clumsy. It was like a baby walking. take a couple of steps and fall on my face, and then get up and take a couple more steps and fall on my face. It was difficult to say the least, because you're out there, you're spending all these money with different people, you're trying to get ads, you're trying to get leads, and you're spending money, and it is flowing out a lot faster than it's coming in, and it's frustrating to get zero return out of it. So I was doing Facebook ads and I was boosting posts, and honestly, it didn't, I got a little bit of return out of it, but it really wasn't all that great. Because honestly, I was walking into a room with a blindfold on, you know, trying to figure out what was going on. And, since this has happened, especially when it comes to texts and emails and phone calls, I tell you, it's a whole lot easier. And I have, like I said, I still, I have hair up here, so I'm good.
So you're referring to like the automated sequences, text and
Absolutely.
emails and going
Yes,
out.
I am, because, you've got everything is sequenced by the workload. They go in as cold leads, and then all of a sudden they get to a warm lead, and you're sending out texts and you're sending out emails and you're making the phone calls, and everything is recorded. So you don't have to guess. I go through a lot less paper now. My pen isn't getting hot anymore from the amount of writing I was doing on it. So, with everything that it's done for me, it is so much simpler to be able to handle that than trying to, like a one-man band. It wasn't working.
Oh, that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Steve. And I guess last but not least, if there's anybody that's watching this video, maybe
Um,
considering to work with us, like,
Yeah,
what
I
tip?
would absolutely tell them to work with you. I will tell them that it's going to be a little bit, not very long, but it's going to be a little bit, that this looks like it's going to be impossible, that it's going to be this giant task that you're going to have to tackle, and you're going to have to wrestle it to the ground like a runaway elephant. But it isn't. Once you get it lined up, it is so easy and so simple, and it runs itself in the background. And then you got to do the fun part, which is talk to people. And you talk to the people that want to talk to you. So you're not going through, 3 or 4 or 500 cold calls in order to get someone to talk to you. You're actually getting someone who wants to talk to you, and you talk to those 6 or 7 people, and they want to talk to you, and you become a lot more productive. And you can keep the darker hair on your head rather than the gray coming in and spreading all over the place. I can keep the dark stuff up there, and that's a good thing.
Well, I mean, 6 or 7, if that turns into like with you, 2 or 3 deals a month, I
Oh
guess
yeah.
people would be satisfied like that, right?
I got to tell you, for what it's costing me, and for the amount of work it's doing in the background, 1 or 2 would make me happy. If I got 3 or 4, I would probably try to dance, although I'm not going to let you video that.
Well, listen, Steve, I know you have a ton of meetings lined up. I still see the background and what's going on in your system. I'm so glad you're with us, and looking forward to many, many years working together. Thank
Uh,
you for your time. Thank you
I
for sharing your
appreciate it, Adam.
experience.
You don't know how easy it's gotten with all this stuff, and with ActFirst. It has been tremendous. And I would tell people, no matter what you're trying to do, if you're trying to reach out to people, and trying the old way of phone calls, forget it. Use this. It'll save you from hitting your head against the wall. And you'll be a lot more productive and a lot happier.
I think that's what everybody wants, Steve.
Well, that's what I wanted, and that's what I've got. So I'll take it.
My man, I really appreciate you, Steve. I hope you have a great day. All right.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day, Adam.
Likewise. Bye bye now.
Bye.